Good evening, Warriors, and welcome back to another edition of the Grass Lake Sports Weekly Report. I'm your host, James Charles. This is the show where our community comes together, where we shine the spotlight on every one of our young Warriors, and where we celebrate the pride, the passion, and the spirit that makes Grass Lake such a special place. Now, listen, this show only works because of you. Every single episode is powered by the players, the parents, the coaches, directors, and fans who take the time to share their moments with us. And we don't just want a little, we want it all. Game scores, highlight videos, action photos, game summaries, stats, stories, and upcoming events. Those Friday night lights, those midweek matchups, those Saturday morning tournaments, every single Warrior moment deserves to be celebrated, and it starts with you sending it in. All you've got to do is email it to glsportsweeklyreport at gmail.com. That's where we collect the fuel that drives this show forward. Whether it's a snapshot of your athlete diving for a ball, a video of that game-winning goal, the box score from last night's matchup, or even just a quick story about the hard work your team is putting in, we want to share it with the entire Grass Lake community. And here's the thing. This show isn't just about varsity. It's not just about one sport or one age group. This is about all of our young Warriors, from the little ones just picking up the game for the very first time, all the way through the seniors laying it out all on the line. Every single athlete matters. Every single team matters. Every single story matters. When you send in your highlights, your pictures, your stats, and your stories, you're not just helping us put together a great episode, you're helping grow something bigger. You're helping build a tradition. You're helping showcase the dedication of our kids, the support of our parents, the leadership of our coaches, the vision of our directors, and the unstoppable energy of our fans. This is our show, and together we can make it something Grass Lake has never seen before. So keep those submissions coming. Spread the word, and let's keep building the kind of sports community that shows the world what it means to be a Warrior. So, all right, Warrior Nation, you know what time it is. It's time to roll. Welcome to episode number 14 of the Grass Lake Sports Weekly Report. Let's get this thing started. Here we go. The cross country news, both our middle school and varsity cross country runners traveled to Napoleon on Tuesday. The middle school boys took first place, scoring 14 points ahead of Columbia Central and Napoleon. Lewis Hillbearer led the boys team with a time of 12:43, followed closely behind by Mason Basham at 12:46. They finished 1 and 2. A lot of personal bests for this race. Lewis Hillbearer, Mason Basham, Emmett Kidd, Josh Holda, Liam Foley, Alexander Ruka, Ryan Sherwood, Braden Schneider, Joey Kempker, Colton Orban, and Adam Figge, all with personal records. So great job. Good seeing those Warriors out there competing. In the girls' middle school division, the Lady Warriors finished in second place behind Napoleon with a score of 34. Lily Arendt led the Warriors with a time of 15:53, a personal record. Grace Rule with a personal record of 16:16, and Jessica Backlund with a personal record of 22 minutes. At the varsity level, the boys division, Grass Lake finished in second place, just 3 points behind Napoleon, but ahead of Columbia Central. Connor Sherwood led the boys Warrior team with a time of 17:40, his season best. Right behind him was Connor Boltler in fourth place overall with a time of 17:59. Grady McDaniel, freshman Grady McDaniel, with another personal record of 18:48, continually improving. Zach Buchigig with a season best 19:05. Another freshman, Luke Blaze, with a personal record of 19:07. And Andrew Kumar with another personal record of 27-1. In the women's division, the Lady Warriors came out in first place with a score of 22. Adeline Jarko finished in first place overall with a season best time of 20-40, followed up by Lise Bullock with a season best 21-34. Couple more season bests from this race. Taylor Hope 22-01. Adeline Stormont 22-12. Aspen Browning with a season best 24-10. Katie Million with a season best 25-37. And Ava Renfro with a season best 26-10. Then at the Stockbridge Open on Saturday morning, Grass Lake Lady Warriors finished in 13th place with a score of 322. Adeline Stormont led the Lady Warriors in 54th place with a time of 22:37. Junior Mackenzie Hilbear with a season best for her 33-12-8. And also sophomore Ava Cruz with a season best of 23-57-4. The boys varsity at Stockbridge, the Grass Lake Warriors came in 7th place overall with a score of 270. Here are your boys' results from that Stockbridge Invitational. Connor Sherwood led the Warriors in 30th place with a time of 17:49-8. Followed closely behind by Connor Boatler with a personal record of 17:52-9. This coming week, the varsity boys and girls will head to Leslie on Tuesday, September 30th for the Cascade Jamboree. And then Saturday morning, they will head to Portage for the 2025 Portage Invitational. Once again, that's Saturday, October 4th. That'll be Saturday morning. Our middle school boys and girls cross country teams will also be at Leslie Tuesday night with a 4 o'clock start time. So if you have nothing going on Tuesday night, both the boys and the girls, varsity and middle school, will be in Leslie, so you can get out there and cheer them Warriors on. Our Grass Lake youth competitive cheerleaders got their season kicked off Saturday morning out at Columbia Central for the first tournament of the year and came home, as you can tell from the fingers in the air, first place. Way to go, Warriors. Way to show up. I know the fall sports season is still in full swing, but winter sports will be coming up on us quickly. Grass Lake Youth Wrestling Club will start practice beginning October 27th. That will be in the auxiliary gym at the high school. Registration will be $60. This is for ages 6 and up, and that $60 includes practices through February and a Grass Lake Wrestling t-shirt. Most of the tournaments are ran through the Cascade Youth Wrestling Conference, and those are held on Sundays at numerous locations. But this is for all levels, whether you've got experience, you've wrestled for 5-6 years, or you've never touched a mat before in your life. They do a great job. Coaches do a great job with this and are able to work with all age groups, all experience levels. If you've never tried it, I highly, highly recommend it. It's a great sport. Keep in mind, even if you're not interested in doing the tournaments, I know we've had kids just come and practice and get a feel for it. The tournaments are always optional. Basically, every weekend you can compete in whatever tournaments that you want. You can do them every weekend. You can do 1 or 2, whatever the situation is. It's completely up to you. Those tournaments are an extra cost on top of the $60 registration fee. Usually $20 for those tournaments. But once again, that will start October 27th, Mondays and Thursday nights in the auxiliary gym. Hope to see you there. Some exciting hockey news for you. The Milling Performance 2011 team, consisting of Levi Bowler, Ty Kerfman, and Dylan Downs. Competed in a tournament last weekend. I didn't have time to get that on last week's show, but I'll get it on here this week. They competed out in Trenton, I believe, somewhere in that area, and finished in second place. So outstanding job, those boys competing. And I'll tell you what, nothing beats a post-game team celly.
Melling win, 6-1.
In Warrior soccer news, the varsity boys traveled to Manchester last Monday night for a conference battle. The boys were able to come home with a 4-0 shootout. Goals from Brogan Salo, Nolan Allen, Ben Tippy, and Andre Sinka. And here are some highlights from that Warrior win.
Make a run. Hoppy in the box. Andre did the spin. Andre did the spin.
Not only did the Warriors come away with a 4-0 conference win, but freshman Jude Young set the Grass Lake High School single season shutout record with 10. Way to go, Jude. Outstanding accomplishment as a young freshman. Those same boys then traveled to Jonesville Wednesday night for their final conference match of the year. The boys battled Jonesville Comets to a 0-0 draw, adding to Jude Young's shutout record. That makes it 11. Our JV team hosted the Napoleon Club team at Stoker Field last week. Napoleon doesn't have an official varsity team as of now. They're working to get their program started. So this was a good opportunity for both teams.
Good touch, dude! Yeah!
And that is a Warrior goal by Lucas Hazelshort. Number 16, Andre Sinka with the goal. that's a Warrior goal by Nick Concelli.
On Saturday morning, both the JV and the varsity hosted Eaton Rapids at Stoker Field. The JV team battled their way to a 0-0 draw with Eaton Rapids, while the varsity boys ended in a 1-1 draw with a goal from Gunnar Harbottle in the second half to even the score. With last week's results in the book, that brings the Grass Lake varsity boys soccer team to an overall record of 10 wins, 6 losses, and 3 ties. This coming week, the boys will play their last regular season home game on Monday night against Jackson Christian. So if you got a chance to get out there and cheer them boys on, this will be their last regular season home match of the year. In AYSO news, the 15U co-ed core team took on Coldwater Saturday morning-ish. It was a regularly scheduled 1:30 game. Unfortunately, the Coldwater team thought it was at 9 and showed up a bit early. But hard work by the coaches to accommodate their confusion on game time, I guess you would say. And we were able to get a field, get referees, get kids there to play at 10:30. So worked out good. Hats off to coaches, parents, players for getting there and making it happen. Unfortunately, they battled all day, played all day. It was toasty out there, but they ended up on the short end of the scoreboard, losing to that Coldwater 15 UC team, 11-0. They will be back at it again next Saturday morning out at the Willis Road Complex against Northwest. Hope to see you there. On the volleyball court, our Lady Warriors varsity volleyball team traveled to Columbia Central last Tuesday night for a Cascades Conference quad. They lost to Columbia Central in the 4 sets, 17-25, winning the second game 25-23, and then losing the third and the fourth in close scores 24-26 and 22-25. They then beat Manchester in 4 sets, winning the first one 26-24, losing the second 22-25, and winning the third and the fourth 25-21 and 25-14. These same Lady Warriors traveled to the D3, D4 showdown and competed against some high-level teams. In pool play, they competed first against Mendon and won 25-19, 25-22. Then split against Cass City, 21-25, 25-11. Then on to compete against Montrose, taking 2, 25-11, 25-17. And then competed in the gold bracket against Calumet, losing the first 18-25, winning the second 25-19, and then losing a close one in the third set, 14-16. In that tournament, Reese Lake with 24 kills, 30 digs, 23 of 29 serving, 7 aces, and 21 points. Adeline Henson with 15 kills. Hadley White with 7 blocks. Sydney Palmer with 51 digs. Vivian Vitale, 17 digs, 23 of 23 from the survey line. That included 4 aces and 17 points. Haley Laurie with 31 assists. Dylan France with 25 assists, serving 27 of 28 with 6 aces and 22 points. That brings those varsity Warriors overall record for the season to 10-8-4. In the meantime, the JV volleyball team traveled to Manchester to compete against Manchester and Columbia. The Warriors played Columbia Central first, and it took Grass Lake a set to warm up as they lost the first set, 17-25. However, they bounced back and won the next two, 25-23 and 17-15. During the second match against Manchester, the Warriors won 25-23, 25-22, and 15-10. Highlights of the night were from Kinsley Ute, who had 12 kills, and Talon Valere, who had 11 kills. Aubrey Williams also served 21 of 21 from the line with 3 aces. Kinsley Ute was 18 of 20 with 7 aces. Ava Hall, 13 of 13 from the line. Taylor Valere, 13 of 13 from the line. And Lily McVicker, 11 for 13 from the line. Those JV girls traveled to Livonia for the D3 D4 showdown, and they did it again. 3 weekends in a row. First place, competing with 6 teams. The morning started off with pool play against Oscoda, where the Warriors won both sets 25-14 and 25-9. The second round of pool play was against Plymouth Christian, and the Warriors won both sets 25-16 and 25-16. Pool play only consisted of 3 teams, and having beat both Oscoda and Plymouth Christian for the previous pool play wins, this placed the Warriors first in their pool. The seed advanced the Grass Lake JV volleyball team to the semifinal games where they faced Oscoda again. This time, the Warriors won both sets 25-12 and 25-20. For the championship game, Grass Lake faced Pewamo, Westphalia. The Warriors won both sets 25-16 and 25-14. Throughout the day, back row players Chloe Holyfield, Macy Demosiak, Leah Lengel, Kinsley Ute, and Ava Hall contributed much success to the team's serve, receive, and defense digs. Key back row player moments came from Aubrey Williams with 27 digs and Oliviana Lafave with 21 digs. Front row players Taylor Dick, Olivia Barnes, and Layla Vandermeer contributed many blocks, tips, and kills for the win. Both setters, Ava Hall and Lily McVicker, racked up assists from front row players Talon Valere, and who had 20 kills, and Kinsley Ute, who had 14 kills. Olivia Lafave was 25 of 27 from the serving line with 4 aces. Kinsley Ute, 24 of 27 with 10 aces. Chloe Holyfield, 24 of 25 with 5 aces. Lily McVicker, 20 of 22 with 6 aces. Aubrey Williams, 19 of 22 with 3 aces. The Warriors continue to communicate and cover well, show consistency and confidence, and celebrate their wins together. JV Volleyball has one more tournament for the season, which is scheduled for October 18th at Chelsea High School. At the middle school level, our 8th grade volleyball team competed Monday night and fell to a tough serving Napoleon team, 14-25, 17-25, 8-15. They were still able to achieve 43 3 contacts throughout the match. Bailey Williams was perfect from the serve line, going 12 of 12. Avery Bowman followed, going 5 of 6. They then hosted Addison at Grass Lake Middle School on Wednesday night and swept the Panthers 29-5, 25-14, 15-12. Feels good to get back home, get some wins under their belt. They showed intensity from the serve line with 13 aces. Bailey Williams had another perfect night, going 16 of 16 from the line, followed by Brooklyn Lawrence, who went 12 of 13, and JJ Dozer, who went 14 of 15. Avery Bomer and Paisley Coker were a force at the net with several swings and tips. Their next matchup will be at East Jackson next Monday night. In girls golf news, unfortunately, I have not seen a lot of scores as of late, but a huge shout out to junior Lauren Doser for an incredible performance. She battled a tough course. And from the White Tees to shoot a personal best 99, finishing 5th overall and snagging her first individual medal. In Warrior football news, the varsity football team had this week off as their game with East Jackson was canceled due to East Jackson's inability to get a team together. The varsity boys will be at home this coming Friday night for a conference matchup against the Napoleon Pirates. Also, this Friday, do not forget, is the Relay for Life in Grass Lake. 4:30 to midnight. There's a spaghetti dinner prior to the game and a ceremony following the game. So if you have questions, you can call or text John Bristol or Susan Wall. Those numbers are right there on your screen if you need to contact them about anything for the Relay for Life. I have not heard or seen anything in regards to JV football for the last week. They went to Leslie last Monday night, but I'm not sure how well they did. Hopefully, they got a W out there. This week, they'll be back at home. Jill Betchel on Monday night, 6 o'clock game time against East Jackson. So you can get out there, watch them boys. They are fun to watch. Our middle school combined 7th and 8th grade team took on Homer at home, Howard Stoker Field, Thursday night. The Warriors struck first on an Austin Laughlin touchdown run. Homer answered with a touchdown of their own, and then Grass Lake returned the ensuing kickoff with a scoop and score from Sam Riccardi. The Warriors battled hard for 4 quarters, but unfortunately came up short, losing to the Trojans 14-12. Another highlight of the game was Levi Boatler with an interception. These boys will be traveling to Michigan Center next Thursday night for a matchup with the Cardinals. Our 5th and 6th grade Grass Lake teams, Grass Lake 1 and Grass Lake 2, traveled out to Homer Sunday afternoon for some football action. Grass Lake 2 squared off against the Michigan Center Cardinals. The Warriors had great weather to play football in. Sunny skies and no rain. And I got to give a shout out to one of my favorite Warriors, my number 49, Wesley Charles, won an awesome day, over 100 yards rushing that included this big play.
Way to go, Wesley! Attaboy, kid!
He was dragged down just short of the goal line, but super proud dad. First career game, over 100 yards rushing. Hopefully many more. Unfortunately, the Warriors did fall to the Michigan Center Cardinals 18-0. That puts them at 1-3 on the year. They will be back at it again next Sunday. The little Warriors were out getting a dry run on the big field this Sunday afternoon. They are excited as they will get to compete under the lights Monday night at the halftime of that JV game. Players get in free with a jersey. The 5:45, they'll line up, make a high five tunnel for the JV boys walking out to the game. And then at halftime, they get to get under the lights at Joe Betchel. That'll be an exciting moment for them. And straight from GrassLakeWarriors.com, your official Warriors Athletics website for your middle school and high school athletic programs. Coming up this week, Uh, girls middle school volleyball gets things kicked off away at East Jackson. The boys JV soccer will be at Stoker Field. 5 o'clock start time. Then the boys JV football will also be home at Joe Betchel. 6 o'clock start time. The boys varsity soccer will also be at home, Howard Stoker Field, approximately 6:30 start time. They'll start right after the JV is done. Then on Tuesday, the boys and girls cross country teams will travel to Leslie for the Leslie Jamboree. Tuesday night, girls JV volleyball at home against East Jackson. Followed right up behind that will be the varsity girls at home against East Jackson. Then on Wednesday, middle school volleyball at home against Homer. 4:30 start time. Boys JV soccer will travel to Hillsdale to take on Hillsdale Academy. The varsity team will take on Hillman High School. Then on Thursday, our middle school combined 7th and 8th grade football team will travel to Michigan Center. 4:30 start time for them boys. Also on Thursday night, the girls varsity team travel to Concord. It says they're taking on Hillman High School as well. Weird. At any rate, and then Friday night under the lights at Joe Betchel. The boys are back. And they will compete against the Napoleon Pirates. And then to round out the week, Saturday morning, the boys and girls cross country teams will travel to Portage. A little bit of a trip for the Portage Invitational. Our 5th and 6th grade tackle teams will be playing in Leslie. Grass Lake number 1 will play at 10 o'clock against Western, and Grass Lake number 2 will play at 1 p.m. against Hanover Horton 2. That's next Sunday, October 5th. Anybody that's got a schedule of events come out there that I did not cover, and I know there's some that I didn't cover, get them to me. Let me know. We'll get them on here. Just email them to me at glsportsweeklyreport at gmail.com. It's late in the evening. My eyes are watering, my voice is hoarse, but it's been an incredible week across Warrior Nation. From the youngest athletes just starting their journey to our varsity warriors leaving it all on the field, court, and course, this is what Grass Lake Pride looks like. Week after week, it's the dedication, the passion, and the spirit of this community that makes this show possible. But remember, this is just the beginning. To keep growing the Grass Lake Sports Weekly Report, we need you, parents, players, coaches, directors, and fans. Keep sending in those scores, highlights, action shots, videos, games, stats, summaries, and stories. Don't forget your upcoming events and schedules also. Every email we get adds another layer to the story of our Warriors. And it's simple. Just send everything to GL Sports Weekly Report at gmail.com. Here's the truth. This show isn't built by one person. It's built by our community. It's powered by the love we all share for our kids and our school. Every photo you snap, every story you share, every highlight you capture, it helps showcase the incredible talent and heart we've got right here in Grass Lake. So keep spreading the word, keep encouraging each other, and let's keep making this something special. Because together, we're not just covering sports, we're building memories, we're building pride, we're building tradition. Until next week, Warrior Nation, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And thank you for being part of something big. And now, as always, God bless our kids. God bless our community. And go Warriors!